How's it going?
I'm good, man. How about you?
Good. What's your name?
My name's Jose El Conquistador Leon. I'm an amateur MMA fighter, soon to be pro.
What's the record?
My record right now stands at 4-3. I have 3 more fights before the year's over, and then I'm going to make the jump to pro.
How's it going, man?
How you doing?
Good, man. What's your name?
Ronny Hauser.
Where are you from?
Hoffman Estates, Illinois.
Where do you fight out of?
Team Top Notch.
How old are you?
24. Well, I'm 23. I'm gonna be 24 right after my fight. So.
What's the record right now? Amateur?
1-0. Yep.
1-0
amateur, and just keep going.
So, what brought you to the sport of MMA?
You know, funny thing, I used to hang out with the wrong crowd, and then I got beat up every fight I was in. You know, street fights, I got beat up every fight. And so I thought, hey, I gotta learn some boxing, you know, I gotta learn something to protect myself. And you know, I started boxing and I started sparring in the gym, and then I didn't want to fight in the streets no more, so then I wanted to fight somewhere else, somebody who was trained, and so I got into MMA.
I finished out my wrestling career at Elmhurst and made a lot of connections with Izzy Style. You know, he coaches wrestling for all those UFC guys, and you know, I kind of got to see Holly Holm train, I got to see Sergio Pettis train, Anthony Pettis, and then when I was at Elmhurst, Rick, who's an alumni there, would, you know, he'd come in and practice with us, and, you know, we'd kind of get talking, and, you know, all of a sudden, I just, you know, I knew it was right. If I wasn't going to try it, then I knew I was going to regret it for the rest of my life, not doing it.
So how did this fight come about this weekend?
I was supposed to fight in Rockford, November 25th. My guy retired from the sport, so I was mad, and a promoter from ROMEOVILLE said, you know, there's an opportunity for a title against Ronny Hauser. The name rung a bell right away because I saw a Go Earn It post and he was on there, and I'm like, you know, this is going to be a tough challenge, and you know, it's going to test my wrestling, it's going to test my fighting, and so I had to take it, you know.
So as far as this fight coming up, you're fighting one of our other Go Earn It sponsored fighters. We just got you on board with Team Go Earn It. You got some compression shorts you're going to rock out for Saturday.
They look good. They look good. I'm ready to rock them out.
How do you feel fighting another, you know, Go Earn It fighter? What are your thoughts on the fight?
Well, first off, I had a guy named Chris Sanchez, and he I don't know what happened, but he pulled out, and you know, Jose, you know, I respect him. He stepped in last minute, and you know, that's the definition of a champion. You know, that's characteristics that people look for. You know, he's stepping up and he's fighting me, and that's a big, you know, that speaks volume. You know, it speaks volumes, and you know, I just know it's gonna be a battle.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna be a battle. You know, we might be team members of Go Earn It, but you know, once we step into that ring, it's survival.
So how does it feel fighting another Go Earn It sponsored fighter?
It's new, you know, it's like there's some mutual respect that I have for this man because of who he's with. You know, but once we're in the cage, he's just another man, and you know, I need him to get to where I want to be, and so I'm thankful that he took the fight. Anyone else would have been, you know, 7 days out, and they found out they're fighting me, you know, they would have called off the fight, so I'm grateful.
So what's the prediction for this fight?
I want to say knockout.
When I asked him, he said he's predicting a knockout. So,
I mean,
what's your prediction?
Oh man, you know, I've seen it in my head. I've visualized it going a bunch of ways. You know, there's me submitting him. There's me, you know, knocking him out. You know, but I mean, I'm gonna do my thing.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have any predictions. I'm just gonna do my thing and you know, take him out. That's the bottom line. Is, you know, he's a person that's in my way, and you know, we're just gonna get after it.
Just like wrestling,
we're
you
just
know.
Gonna get after it. You know, I've been competing for 15 years, and and although it's different than wrestling, it's under the same branch.
Right.
You know.
So what does Go Earn It mean to you? What has the brand done for you? Tell us a little bit about how you're connected with Go Earn It.
Okay. When I first met the founder, Brian Stout of Go Earn It, I was just barely getting in the ring for kickboxing. I was doing a little bit of jiu-jitsu, and I wrestled a year at Cary Grove High School. So when I met him, you know, I heard the name Go Earn It, and I'm like, oh, that looks cool. Well, then he showed me a sweatshirt, and I'm like, dang, I like that sweatshirt. I like the color, you know, and so little by little, you know, I bought more gear, and then he gave me some gear, and then everybody around me was like, man, that's some cool gear, you know, can you get me some of that? And then he was my first sponsor in a way, you know.
I mean, me and you have known each other for quite some time, and back in the day, you know, I kind of just used to slide by, whether it used to be academics, wrestling, you know, all those things, and now that, you know, maturity kind of played a big role in it, and you know, especially going into my last year of academics, you know, you're gonna go into the real world, and nothing's just given to you. You have to earn it, you know, and that's what I'm doing now. You know, I'm just grinding, enjoying the journey, and this company, Go Earn It, is just, it just speaks, the name speaks for itself, you know.
What's up, guys? My name's Jose El Conquistador Leon. I represent American Freestyle Martial Arts Team Jensen out of Cary, Illinois. Make sure you catch my fight this weekend against Ronny Hauser. It's gonna be a hell of a fight.
I'm Ronny Hauser, fighting on Team Top Notch. I'll be fighting for the bantamweight title against Go Earn It member Jose Leon.
You better be ready. Let's go earn it, baby.
You guys better be ready for a war this Saturday.